This year, the secondary curriculum team made a deliberate decision to focus on instructional leadership. So our work in secondary schools has focused on building capacity with administrators and department heads in relation to the school effectiveness framework, student achievement planning, specific instructional strategies, and adolescent literacy. The work of the secondary curriculum team takes a variety of formats. We support our administrators with regular school visits, where we work with principals and vice principals on the how of enacting the literacy pillar of their student achievement plan, and on the how of enacting the instructional strategies connected with a selected SEF indicator. At principal and vice principal meetings, we build capacity around effective instruction, and we work to make explicit the connections between instructional strategies and the school effectiveness framework.
But then wouldn't they, okay, if they know where they are in learning, then they go to this, which helps them improve. They know how to use this in order to improve their learning. Flip those around.
But if that's all it is, and it looks like it's done in good handwriting, so it's probably teacher created. If that's all it is an anchor, then it would be in the rubric. Anchors, exemplars, and rubrics are posted and in student notes, so we can guess that. My hope is that it was co-constructed, neatened up by the teacher, and the kids can use it and talk about it and explain it.
It's more to the left. It is obviously a performance wall, but there's no indication of how to go from level 1 to level 2, other than there is some feedback on the pieces of work. The other thing that we liked about it was student work. So this is work that the kids themselves have produced.
Secondary curriculum team also works to build instructional leadership with department heads from all schools, and we facilitate small department-based inquiry team meetings or professional learning communities in our high schools. It is our belief that if we support the learning of our administrators and department heads, they can better lead and support their teacher learners. Through this, we should see improved instruction and explicit literacy instruction in all subjects, and this will translate to increased student achievement and engagement. So how does supporting this kind of professional learning connect to the big ideas of character, equity, and inclusive education? Learning and academic achievement is one of the essential elements of character development, according to the Finding Common Ground document. In Finding Common Ground, the ministry recognizes that there is a worldwide focus on higher levels of literacy as well. Literacy is one of the fundamental instruments of freedom. Literacy skills are key to learning, communicating, advocating, and to having a voice as a student and a citizen. In our work, we are supporting all teachers to become teachers of literacy, regardless of the subject they teach. We recognize that changes in our world as a result of technology require new literacies, and we recognize that literacy is more than reading and writing. It incorporates decoding and producing media texts. Literacy is thinking. In our work with teachers, department heads, and administrators, the secondary curriculum team is focusing on improving collaboration skills in our students and in our teachers. We see collaboration as an important 21st century skill. We've recently run 2 one-hour sessions for administrators so they can understand both the Johnson's 5, Guidelines for Classroom Collaborative Structures, and also the 7 norms of collaboration that should be built into our professional learning communities. These norms are embedded in the work of our secondary inquiry teams and in the protocols we use to structure discussion when working in professional communities. Protocols for conversation and the work within our inquiry teams also help us identify the assumptions we bring to our work as teachers. The Ministry's Equity and Inclusive Education policy notes that we should examine and modify personal beliefs and biases that are inconsistent with equity. Sometimes these conversations arise around the inquiry team table. Bias and assumptions are part of the conversation whenever we collectively examine student or teacher work. We're able to challenge the assumptions that we hold or that our colleagues hold because we create a safe professional learning environment for our teachers. The Equity and Inclusive Education strategy also outlines the importance of differentiated instruction to equity in schools. We are building capacity around differentiated instruction in a variety of ways. In partnership with Student Success, schools are using the Ontario Comprehension Assessment to provide all teachers of grade 9s with data for class profiles. This data will inform them of the reading skills and challenges of their individual grade 9 students. Also, one of the school effectiveness framework indicators focuses on differentiated instruction, and as a result, we have schools who have selected differentiated instruction as a focus for all of their school-based professional learning. We also have schools who have chosen to focus on ensuring that the teacher and the student have a common understanding of the learning goals and success criteria. One way to ensure a common understanding of success criteria is to co-construct rubrics and anchors. The process of co-constructing success criteria with students is a small way that teachers can access student voice within a classroom context. Students lend their ideas and language to assessment criteria that has traditionally been framed in teacher and ministry language. The big ideas of character development and equity are embedded in the revised curriculum policy documents. Curriculum documents now contain a section on anti-discrimination education that encourages teachers to recognize the diversity of students' backgrounds, interests, and experiences, and to incorporate a variety of viewpoints and perspectives in learning activities. For the secondary curriculum team, the big ideas are at the heart of what we do. We design professional learning opportunities that we believe will translate to instructional practices that benefit our students. We model, we embed. Essentially, our curriculum team is an extension of the school communities we serve, and the whole school community has a collective responsibility to foster student achievement and student success.